Hey guys, what's going on? Today we are going to be going over. We're going to start with the defense guide first. Go on the offense. That should be in the end screen of this video, in the description. And it. Eventually I'll have a spawn peek guide for it as well down the line. Ops to pick, I would literally take 3 ACOGs here. Echo, Rook, Doc. Or just take 2 and you can roam, like Valkyrie's really strong here. Ella. I'm just gonna take Smoke. This is one of the few sites I really honestly wouldn't recommend. I don't think he's that. But we're gonna go Bunk's Daycare first. I think that's personally for me been a good site. Okay. So as for reinforcements, there's 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reinforcements. 9, 10. That should lock you in pretty good. You can open this hatch if you want to. And make sure to open up all of this wall. Like this, you should, if you have Rook, just whip 2 impact grenades at it. But you want to open up this whole thing so you have good lines of sight. Put barbed wire here. Put barbed wire underneath the drop over here. Now you can actually reinforce these drops. It's really risky. I probably wouldn't recommend it. Another good thing is to take a Valkyrie, throw a camera in the train in case they push from that way and try to thermite the wall out. But most teams will just push kind of like through this cafe area. Some good cheese or whatever is to throw an Ella mine. They'll run out here and throw an Ella mine on the side of this. So when they walk up and they're aiming at the open door, they walk past, Ella'd, then you just peek out and shoot them. Great. You can also put them like on the fronts of these tables right here so they kind of have nowhere to go. That's another good spot as well. Just kind of peek them, run out when they're Ella'd. You should probably be playing like at least one person kind of below, either Valkyrie or Pulse. Somebody would C4 and information, because when they walk into the cafe, you can throw C4 at them from underneath here. All of this is spammable from here over. Anything over here is not. And the reason I said to open this hatch is because you can actually see this window. So this window that everybody jumps in so freely through, right here, you can actually shoot them when they're jumping through. So nice, free, easy kills. If they're not really going after you from underneath, it's, you know, it's a good spot to play. Most people just kind of push into cafe together. They sit here. They literally stand still and drone in cafe. Like, I don't know. It's because people don't really know the map yet. They just sit in spots that they probably shouldn't. Over time, this stuff would kind of come out. And this is kind of like, this map's only been out for, you know, it hasn't been out for very long. So I'm giving my thoughts, and they're just from playing ranked. Map is not in Pro League. It is in ranked, but it's not in Pro League. So all of this is just from like my ranked experience and like my ideas for the map. I'm picking the sites based off popularity that I've noticed. I do think this is overall the best site as well. So, you probably want to play somebody in here in cafe, probably an Ella, somebody far back in bunks. You got your 2 ACOGs on Rook and Doc, so maybe like a Rook in the corner, Doc over here, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. And you can, you can move anywhere over here. So you have like all these good angles. People will peek you from right here, peek the stairs. You can move back and forth. You can kind of watch train from over here. You can stand up on this and actually see into train, which I probably wouldn't really recommend, because just play the good, like this spot's really strong, especially if you have it right here and you have some barbed wire set up. You can take smoke here, like I said, but probably not as good. Another really good spot that not a lot of people are really using is you can like impact or shotgun out this wall. And you could see all the way to the window over here where people jump in, and you could see this whole hallway. You could see everything underneath. If people try to run through the front door over here, those are all free kills for you. So, the floor is solid over here, so that's why I say this spot's so good. It does become just like regular wood over here, so be careful if you're in this far corner. Very small chance, but yeah, you can get grenaded. Another thing you can do to get people out of here, if they're not running a Jaeger, Just be careful. You always want to put an ADS system here because people can grenade you from the window, or they can actually buck the floor up and throw grenades at you, bounce them off the ceiling right into your lap. So, but if you have a rook and dock over here, you won't die from the nade. Get picked back up. Kind of the basic idea is play in the back, play a person on the stairs over here, play a person in cafe, and a person roaming underneath at C4, ideally Pulse or Valkyrie. So that's kind of the setup, I think. Most people will push from this cafe area. Occasionally, people will push through train, and they will thermite the sidewalls, which will probably still give you people from cafe to crossfire with. So if they decide to do that, you have two people crossfiring from here and a person aloe that could peek over the side of this and help you crossfire as well. So just a pretty basic setup. This is by far, at least from what I've seen, the most popular site that people play. So we will move on to... Let's do Drug Lab next, even though I think it's like the worst site personally, but we'll move on to it next because it seems to get picked a ton in right. Alright, now we'll be heading to the Drug Lab. I'm not really sure why this site is so popular. I would honestly recommend to not play it, but we're going to go over it because most people are picking, and I mean, it is a very good site if people don't go above. If people don't go above, it's honestly not a bad site. But basically what you want to do, impact hole here, or shotgun it out. I'm not going to shotgun the whole wall out, but same over there. Got a piece of wire, probably a trap on this window. Do the same with the bathroom over here. Grabbing some of that. Maybe another piece of wire in the door over here. And a piece of wire in the door over here. And I think there's 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 7, and this is a 5 panel, not a 4. I cannot remember exactly. I think it's a 7, and then the hatch is 8. And then you could use the other 2 for this wall right here. So let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a 4. It is a 4. Okay, so 4, 6, 7. And then the rest of your reinforcements will go over here. 8, 9. Then you can put one wherever else you want. Maybe up top or something. Cut off this corridor for 10. Wherever you feel it helps you most. The biggest thing is if you're going to play the site, maybe play like 2-3 people in sight, and the rest of the people need to be playing up top, holding kind of similar. And the biggest thing is like really is contesting this cafe. Like the whole problem with this site, why I think it's so bad, is no one actually comes up here and opens all of this floor. Like I'll show you guys all the different angles you can get, and I'll go over this more extensively in like the attack video. But I mean, there is pretty much everywhere in sight that you can rip up. Especially like what I do a lot of times is if I'll take fuse here and I'll fuse the site, and it just destroys people. Like it literally destroys people. You take fuse in Habana and the site is completely like wrecked. You can see so deep from these holes, and like they can't really see you back. And if they open the hatch, I mean they can virtually see everything at that point, right? Shoot the door down back there and open the hatch, and that's pretty much over. So your goal is to contest this. I would probably run like an Ellen, maybe a Legion or something in here. You know, a Pulse in sight to blow them up to the floor when they're trying that kind of stuff. Or a Valkyrie, either one. And maybe like a Rook in sight or something. Or a Smoke. Smoke's actually pretty good on this site as well. Jaeger's really good, so they can't like blow up your wires easily, and traps, all that good stuff. And yeah, just hold from up top. Maybe play like a person in cafe, a person kind of near train, and a person like up in here, maybe. With these walls shotgunned out, obviously. So, and then play 2 people in sight. A couple good angles to play from in here that I can kind of show you is you can actually jump up on this. A lot of garbage on here, but you can get the idea. This gives you really nice angles on the window. Most people won't really be looking at there, and you can actually rotate down and use this angle as well. So you can like shoot from up top, maybe take a person out there, move down here, take another person out, and then you can just keep repositioning. Then maybe you move up close to the shotgun here. Just a couple different options. One thing to be very wary of as well is this drone hole. So if you're playing here, you're probably going to die. What you want to do is sit up on here and crouch. Don't just stand up like this so you can see your head over this pretty easily. I mean, you can get picks this way, but yeah, I think it's better just to kind of hide here. And if there's smokes outside or, you know, whatever. whatever you please. But basically, just don't stand down here because or on the side like this because you'll just get destroyed through the drone hole. A good spot as well is just sitting in this corner. You can whip smokes at the window. Really, really safe spot to play until they get up top. You can also break all of these toilets you can break, and it allows you to tuck all the way in these stalls, like deeper than you normally would be able to. Also the smoke and shotgun, like this is a really good spot for smoke to play because he can do the smoke grenades, he can shotgun anybody in this like small little bathroom area. So just a good spot to play. He can fight through the floor with the shotgun as well. So all of that is good. And then a good spot is like for Rook is to play over here, and then the Yellow, the Legion, you know, and then maybe the Pulse downstairs as well. Start and he can move up either way, or he can start up top and then fall back and come to sight when they start bucking the floor and using it or whatever. So that should about cover it for the drug lab. We are going to head to let's do Gargoyle first. Why not? All right, let's head over to the to Gargoyle. I would definitely take a Pulse here as well, or a Valkyrie, either one. Either Rook or Doc. Probably Doc because you still get the ACOG plus wire, or Echo is really good here as well. A Smoke, not a bad choice. L is always good. You can take a Mirror here if you want to. Extra C4 is never bad, but it can be pretty helpful in a few spots, but I don't think completely necessary. Okay, so this site is probably, I think, played the least, but I feel like it's one of the better ones. It's either this one or Initiation is second to bunk. So there's 3 reinforcements here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably want to leave this wall soft. Or you can reinforce it and take 2 reinforcements off and kind of forfeit some of these other areas. This is the one thing that kind of sucks with this site. I feel like this site, the reason it's more successful, I feel like Initiation's probably better overall, but the reason this site's more successful is because people literally are lost on the side of the map. The most common thing I hear is I'm actually lost when I'm on the side of the map. So you use that to your advantage to play this site, at least in the current meta. Once, if the map becomes more popularized and it stays in the ranked map pool, you'll get more used to it. Then it might be time to just play like bunks first, Initiation, then drug lab, and probably then this site. Or, you know, this site and drug lab I feel like are probably the worst just because of the ceilings, how bad they are above. The only thing that I like about this site more than drug lab is that it's so much more spaced out, so you can't get fused as easily. A lot of the floor is solid over here, like, well, I would say probably about the same percentage is solid, but there's a decent amount. And you just have more room. You have more room to make plays and stuff like that, which is never a bad thing. So you can mirror over here, because this door leads out to like the east entrance, or loading deck, I guess it's called. This is kind of what it looks like out here. This is the main door that a lot of people try to push. You can also open above, like the hatch above, so this way if they try to Habana the mirrors, you can just shoot them off from above. Or throw an impact grenade at them, or C4, or probably just shooting them is the easiest, but you know, each their own. One crucial thing is there's a fortune teller here, and you need to remove its face. But other than that, yeah, you'll want to play at least 2 people up top, at least. Just kind of roaming around this area. Probably your Ella and like a Valkyrie or something. Until they open the hatch, this is an excellent spot to look down. So you could put a Val cam all the way over here, somewhere over here, and then I would put a Valkyrie camera up top over here. Really anywhere is fine because they're gonna be bucking above this site, so you want to be able to throw C4 on them. So wherever your preferred camera spot is. There's definitely a lot up here. There's a lot of like little objects, and the ceiling is kind of weird here, so you can like throw stuff in it super easy. But I wonder if you could even shoot these. Yeah, I mean, you can only get certain angles on these Habana charges, so you might have to take impacts up there. But yeah, your goal is to pretty much protect this entrance, like maybe put a bandit on here to play the mirror, double mirror, and just watch the door so they don't come through here, and then Just kind of fight this angle from with like a rook or a dock, probably, or an echo, either one. And then the Valkyrie's up top, kind of watching this angle as well. You can board up all these doors. You can also take a mute to block off these walls if you don't want them there. And you can roam more people like back this way. So your whole goal is you need to control this whole area over here. Kind of difficult to do so, and I know it's easier said than done, but I mean this is your site that should be like third resort probably, if people know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, it's probably going to work out great. It's probably the best site, honestly, just because people don't know how to properly attack it as a team yet. So but once they do, that gonna have problems, and this should be a last pick after initiation and maybe before Drug Lab. But that's about it for this site. We'll head on over to initiation office for the last. All right, and we're gonna head to the initiation office for the final site. I think this one probably over time will become the second most used. I don't know. It's really hard to say because of how early in the game's life this or how early in the map's life this video is coming out. So I'm just kind of giving you my like impressions of how I think it could be played. So board up this window. I would reinforce these two walls. 1, 2. Throw a piece of barbed wire there. Barbed wire here. So that's 1, 2, 4. 5, 6, 7. And 8, 9. I think this is a 2 panel. I want to say it's a 2. Yeah, it's a 2. Okay. And then in between these two walls, you'll just shotgun kind of everything out. Now, alternatively to reinforcing these two walls over here, you can reinforce over here so these people can't get behind you as easily. So you can put the 2 reinforcements here if you want to. And the reason that that's good is people will feel safe in here, and all of this floor is spammable D4 them. So they'll probably try to go thermite it, or they'll sit next to it and drone, etc., getting you hopefully a bunch of kills, because this is a big point where people will generally contest the site. A good thing to do, you can play over here, is you can play like a smoke, kind of sitting over here. Throw smoke grenades. Play something like... you don't really need ACOGs here unless you plan on actively fighting the train, which I really wouldn't recommend, but you can if you want to. Then maybe take like an Echo or something could be pretty good here. But I'd play like 2 people below, because really all of the plant spots on this, literally every single spot you can plant, except for this table, which I do believe would save you from getting C4'd. I'm not positive on that, but I believe it would save you from getting C4'd. All of this is, you can C4 anything here. This is a dangerous spot to just stand up and plan on anyway. So maybe I would run like a Pulse and a Valkyrie. I'd probably run 3 C4s here, ideally. A smoke and, say like a Trap Operator, like Ella or something. And you can have the Ella kind of run train, because if they're smart, they'll probably push from train and from like the window over here and just open the hatch for pressure, maybe not use it too much. Take barbed wire and Ella, put it on the stairs. Alternatively, you can drop one of the C4 ops for, say like Legion or something, or really anything. It's fine. Jaeger. If you want to like roam heavier upstairs or play more people up top, good damage weapon. Or you can use, you can play Bandit. You can Bandit trick the walls. Like these are all the train walls. So if they're actively trying to get these walls, and you have a Valkyrie camera and train, you can tell the Bandit which side to go to, and he can actively Bandit trick the thermites off or the bottom chargers, either one. So that's definitely pretty good. And goal is just pretty much anchoring site. It's really not too hard. This site's pretty difficult to hold. Really the only site that's like really defender favored hard, like if a team actually knows how to correctly take it, is probably going to be Bunks is still pretty decent. But yeah, your goal is just to run these crossfires and stuff like that and stop them from coming in the site. It's not too difficult. So kind of positioning, like I said, 2, 3 C4s underneath, depending on what you want to do. Smoke in this corner over here. You could play like maybe like the Echo over here and say, like, I don't know, if you decide to run this extra op up here, like the L up here, or play the L and train. You could also run a full upstairs setup where you run no C4 underneath, and you run like people roaming all over train and stuff, forcing them to go to this B window over here. That's like another alternative option as well. But that's about it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the defense guide on Theme Park. Like I said, I'll have a spawn peek guide eventually for this. There should be an attacking guide already up. Just check the description and the end screens of the video and stuff. So that'll be really helpful as well. You know how to attack, you know how to defend, and vice versa. So you probably want to watch both. If this video helped you guys, just like and subscribe. It does help me out. If not, no big deal as well. These type of videos that I'm doing, I will be putting in the Patreon. It's only videos for maps that are in ranked and are useful, I guess. Like, I won't just put like anything in the Patreon. It has to be stuff that's like relevant to ranked and I think will actually like help people. So that's also in the description and screens as well. But that's about it for me, guys. I will see you guys in the next one.